Hey, what's going on, superstars? Hey, this is Wesley, Billion Dollar Virgin. As you guys start to come in here and watching and listen to this video here, this is another book review. This is some of the top success books that I've used to create my world. I think this is attributed to my success of me becoming a multimillionaire, being able to do some of the things that most people can't do, traveling the world with my family, and just doing some really incredible things here. So I want you guys to pile in here. Hey, Case, what's going on? Like this and share this to let me know that you're here. But the book for tonight is called Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself. Now, understand this. I want to call this Prosperity School. And the reason why I call it Prosperity School, because that type of school doesn't exist. Like, imagine if you had a school that you'll learn not about geography and algebra, but you'll learn how to be able to visualize your ideals and be able to manifest your ideals. Say if you had schools that showed you exactly how to use your brain effectively, your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions strategically, and be able to get your result every single time. What I'm going to tell you is this: there are people in the world, whether you believe what I say or not, they're doing this on a daily basis, and they have some of the most fascinating lives that you could ever dream about. And what I want to do is, okay, because I really believe from my heart, I'm no different than you. So which means is I'm going to spend my time here a couple of minutes, and I'm going to break down this book. This book, 6 months after reading this book, I made $1 million, okay? I've read over 2,000 books maybe in the last 7 years, but this book is very impactful in my life. If you haven't read it, you need to get it. And I know the reason why I'm doing this video, because I know some of you guys don't understand the book. It's one thing to read a book, it's another thing to master the book, okay? And what I've done, I've taken out the nuggets that I've used strategically in my life to create experiences and different type of manifestations that I think that you want to hear about, so you can use it for you and your family. So if that sounds good, tell me, hey, what's up, Case? Laura, what's up, Gina? Good morning, Case. What's up? What's going on? Let's go. Let's go. Get motivated, folks. One thing, guys, if you don't mind, before we start this, can you guys eat a piece of chocolate for me? I know this sounds weird, right? Go eat a piece of chocolate for me, because when you eat chocolate, it's going to increase your oxytocin levels in your body, which allow these words, what I'm about to give you. Understand this. Let me make this clear. I'm a millionaire. And I keep saying that because I want you to understand who you're dealing with. So go get a piece of chocolate, a piece of candy, because I want you to feel good. Because while you're feeling good, all this information that I'm going to share with you is going to be absolutely impactful, and it's going to be very influential in your life, okay? So before I get started here, I want to do something at the end of this video, okay? And I want to ask you if I'm able to do this. I want to take you guys to the fifth dimension, okay? If you don't know what the fifth dimension and fourth dimension is, I'll explain it later. But I want to take you to the fifth dimension. Understand this: the fourth dimension, in brevity, is your physical world. It's the things that you can touch, like you're touching your iPhone, you're touching your Galaxy phone right now, you're on your computer watching this video, right? You're sitting on a chair, sitting on a couch, laying in your bed. That's your physical world. Now, the fifth dimension is your spiritual world, okay? And I just use the word spirit because it's not tangible. But the fifth dimension is going to allow you, if you do this correctly, to be able to create a different reality, a different world, okay? What's up, Laura? How are you? Okay. What's up, Angelique? Good morning. Good afternoon. Everybody's here. Okay, so guys, if you don't mind, if you could do one favor for me, please share this on your wall. I promise you, you're going to get value here. I promise you, you're going to have the good feelings that you want. It's the reason why you're here. But most of all, understand this. One thing about me, and I'm going to be very transparent and upfront with you. I am only here to help you to create millions of dollars, period. I want you to be rich, period, okay? I know people have different problems in their life, but majority of the problems kind of stem from not having enough money. If you have enough money, family problems go away. You have enough money, emotional problems go away. You have enough money, stress goes away. Can I get an amen? So this is the only reason why I focus primarily on money, because I know people need this. It's the number one thing that people need. I think people need money more than love, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people that was in love and they're not in love anymore because they didn't have any money, okay? So let's get started here. Now, Dr. Joe Dispenza, okay? You can YouTube him, watch all his videos. I really recommend to watch his videos. What's very interesting about this character is because Dr. Joe is a scientist, okay, a psychologist, and he talks about the science, okay, the science of really making money or getting rich. Or he really explains why so many people in the world really have terrible, depressed, upset, disappointing type of lives. And he created a very fascinating type. It's beautiful here because he said, breaking the habits of being yourself. So what he said is this: you're going to break habits by watching this video of being yourself, and you're going to lose your mind and create a new one. Okay? Because what I want you to do, Case, Laura, is to create a new mind, because I understand this. Once you create a new mind, you will start to get new results. Why do you think a lot of you, okay, I'm talking to you, are not getting the results that you want? Because you're using your old thinking. This is Dr. Joe's words. You're using your old thinking trying to create a brand new world. Okay? You keep living in the past. Most of you make your decisions based off what happened to you 5 years ago or yesterday. Let me give an example. Ladies, if a man cheats on you, okay, after 10 years of marriage, it's very difficult for you to get in a new functional relationship. Why? Because every decision that you're making with a new man is based off what happened to you in the past, which I'm not saying is legitimate data, but the problem is you're thinking about that feeling. At the same time, you're feeling that emotion of it went so bad, he made you cry, you was in a dark place, and you don't want to go back there. But you're making a decision based off what happened yesterday. And unfortunately, 99% of the world, this is how we make decisions, based off data or things and experiences that have happened to us in the past. Are you guys with me? I don't want to go too fast, okay? Now, you might say, what is happening? Well, it's automatic. It's habitual, okay? It's habits. So I don't want you to think that you're ruined. A lot of you folks think you're so broken. You're not broken, okay? Some of you think, oh, I'm just so messed up. You're not messed up. You're not broken. You're fine. You have just run a program, a pattern over and over again for several decades, if not several years, and now you don't know how to fix it. But by watching this video here with me, I'm going to tell you strategically what you need to do with this book review, how to create a new one, a new mind. And by creating a new mind, you create a new world, new realities, new positive experiences. You'll be entered into a brand new world. I'm in this world every single day. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, I'm so happy because my children are here for the summer. Next week, we're going to Billionaires Row, which is Fisher Island, which is a very, very exclusive island in Miami. I mean, some of the most wealthiest people in the world there. They get to spend. We're going to just, I mean, I'm having a blast. But 5 years ago, my life was nothing like this. But using some of the concepts in this book really allowed my bank account to change, my relationships with people to change, the relationship with my family to change, and I want that to change for you as well, okay? So here we go. So what Dr. Joe Dispenza says is most people are holding on to the past emotions and feelings about their world. See, a lot of you, if I ask you, are you depressed at times? Are you disappointed at times? Are you upset? Do you have anxiety at times? Are you stressed at times? You say, yeah, Wesley. Let me ask you another question. How many of you ever had a bad day or a sad moment, or woke up sad, woke up angry, woke up just not feeling yourself, and you didn't know why you were feeling this way? Anybody? Anybody? What's up, Robert? Anybody? Like, you didn't know why you didn't, like, for some reason, you might say, well, I'm just sad today. I don't know why. I'm just not motivated today. I don't know why I'm not motivated, but I'm just not motivated today. Anybody? Okay. So let me explain why that happens, okay? Because everything that you've experienced in your environment, every conversation, every emotional disturbance, everything is influencing you on a very deep subconscious level. Which means is you're not aware. Even that movie that you watched last night, a lot of that stuff that happened in that movie is now a part of your subconscious mind. That's why when people watch scary movies, all of a sudden they get afraid when they go home. Why? Because your mind doesn't know the difference between reality and what's actually you're watching or experiencing in your outer world, right? So most people's brains are full of like, I don't want to say bullshit, but oh, I just said it. Okay, yes, bullshit. So it's just like garbage in, garbage out. You have so much stuff in your brain, you're not able to make a organized or a strategic decision about anything. That's why most of you are very unclear about your life. That's why you're I think that's why people go to church, why people need mentors, the reason why people need pastors, ministers, they need guidance, they need psychics, they need monks, they need somebody to guide their life because they haven't organized their mind in such a way that they can make an informative decision. And this book, once you read that, you won't need anything. You'll need yourself and you'll be able to create whatever you want, okay? And this is what I want to level you up to, okay? You will be able to do this. Now, what's up, Larry? What's up, baby? Okay, so Dr. Joe says that he wants people like yourself to start to imagine your ideal self. Let me say that one more time. He wants you to imagine, what's up, Robin? Your ideal self, the idea of yourself. Okay, so why do most people fail in business? Let me tell you why. Because when you're in business, you're doing something new that you're not accustomed to. Like no one around you is making millions of dollars, right? We talk about that in previous videos at wesleyvirgin.com. Your mama wasn't rich, your daddy wasn't rich, but you're doing something new that you don't know what to do. Now, what do you do habitually? You go to your past in your brain to say, well, I think to create a good website, the website needs to look good. You know what? If I want this business to work, then I need to call more people. I need to call my parents and sell them this product. Or, you know what? If I want to start a brand new store, I need to go get a bank loan so I can get the store or get the space. Now, you're only saying that because that's what you've heard. Maybe you read it somewhere or somebody you know did it, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean this is going to create the life that you want. What Dr. Joe Dispenza says is this, because you can take a cheat road to success. This is the cheat road. Listen, you could actually strategically create your ideal self without even knowing all the information, the data, and the tools and techniques that you need to create the life that you want. Let me say that one more time and listen to me here. Okay, this is some very esoteric type of thinking. But what he says is, and this is all science, I'm going to talk about the science too. He says that you can start to create your ideal self of you. Like right now, you're watching this video, okay? So you want to get something from this video. What you could do is say, you know, what do I want to get from this video and what I want to use from this video to create what? Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want a business that can make $100,000 a day, $100 a month? Do you want to travel more? Do you want your kids to travel more? Do you want your kids to be in private school? Do you want to leave your jobs? So what he's saying is you need to create your ideal self for you. He says, so if you want to create a business, that's cool. But what he says is, what does the success of the business look like? Okay. What does the success of the business look like? Now, 99% of the world, not everybody, but a big majority, we automatically think about our past to figure out something in our future. Like all the time, you know what I mean? You ever said, oh, this is so hard. Oh, this is so difficult. Oh, it's not working. Because you're going back in your brain. Like this is habitually. That's why the book is called Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself. Because you do it without any type of conscious awareness. It just happens automatically. If something you don't know how to do, automatically you think in your brain, okay, how do I do this? How do I do this? Now, if I tell you right now, I want you to think right now. How do you make $100,000 tomorrow? A lot of you guys gonna put your forefinger on your head. You're gonna scrunch your brow there. You're gonna look down. And you're gonna think about it. Let me see. How do I create 100,000? Let me see. You know, I don't know. Now, what are you doing when you have your finger on your head? Well, you're thinking, and you're thinking all the data that's in your mind of how to do it. But guess what? You don't have any data in there that knows how to do that. Because if you did, you would have just did it. Make sense? Are you tracking? What Dr. Joe says is, he says, the man or woman that starts to create their ideal self, okay, and he works on that, you'll start to create the self that you want to become. If you know what you're doing and why you are doing it, you will make better decisions. A lot of you keep saying, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Can I get an amen? I mean, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, Wesley. What am I doing wrong? I don't get it. I mean, I thought I was doing everything right. See, now look at the language here. Pay attention to my language. What am I doing wrong? I mean, I'm recruiting people. I'm talking to people, and I mean, what am I doing wrong? See, now, when you say, what am I doing wrong? Not only are you saying the words, you're feeling a certain way. And if you can't answer that question, you're not going to be able to create the world that you want. Dr. Joe says this. He says, if you know what you are doing and why you're doing it, you can make better decisions. See, if you were asked a better question, not what are you doing wrong, you will be able to make a better decision. Am I making sense? So instead of saying, why are you doing, what am I doing wrong? I would say, what do I need to do to get this result? And not only that, what does that result look like to me? Okay? Am I making sense? Let me know if I'm going too fast, folks. And guys, thank you for sharing this video. I want other people to hear this, okay? Now, let's get into something that's called epigenetics, okay? Epigenetics. Somebody put that below for me. Epigenetics. How many of you, and this is a very, very serious question here, and don't be embarrassed. How many of you believe that it's genetics that you're overweight? Like that you're fat? If you're fat. How many of you believe that it's genetics? If your mama has cancer, then more than likely you're going to get cancer. How many of you believe that? How many of you believe that if your parents had heart disease, diabetes, that you might get it as well because it's genetics, right? Wrong. 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 It has nothing to do with genetics. Okay, you have to understand it. Okay, so the word epigenetics means this. Now listen to me closely. Epigenetics is the study of how the environment influences gene activity. Let me tell you why. So if it's in your genes that you're going to get cancer or heart disease or diabetes or whatever disease you're talking about, why do some people get it and some people don't? Like, why do some parents, they have it, and these children, they get the disease, and other parents, they have it and they don't, right? You got to think about that, right? Why don't the other people get it? Or why do these other folks didn't get it? Why did one lady cure herself from cancer by laughing and putting herself in a more successful, positive environment, and the other person died? Epigenetics, we're talking about above the gene, okay? Understand this. I'm going to make this very simple. Your genes are like switches. They're on and off, okay? It's no such thing as a cancer gene in your body, okay? It's not a cancer. You're not going to get a cancer gene. Genes are like switches in the body, okay? Now, based off your environment, let me give you an example here. If you're in a very negative environment, okay? Say if you're in a very negative environment where everybody just feels bad, everybody's cussing, they're mean, everybody's telling you how fucked up you are, you're stupid, you're dumb, you'll never amount to anything. What happens to you? How do you feel? Well, you feel bad. You feel hurt. You start to feel depressed. Then you go into dark depression. Then you start to just lose the hair, your acne starts to build up. You start losing weight. Now, what's going on? Okay, now understand this. When you start to feel like that because you're in a negative environment, you have to understand there are certain things that are happening in your body chemically. You know, some people say, oh, I get headaches all the time, or I get these stomach aches all the time. I don't believe it's because you ate something all the time. Like, we're not talking about a stomach virus. It's because of your environment, okay? Your environment is influencing your internal chemical processes. Okay, you don't have to believe me. Read the book. See, what I like about this book, because he explains the science. Now, he's much smarter than Wesley Virgin, right? But it made perfect sense because I said the only reason why, like, I don't believe in this genetics as far as genetic type of illnesses is because you have certain people, their parents have disease and the kids don't, and they're older and they don't have it. Okay? The big issue is we spend too much time studying sick people. instead of studying successful, healthy people. Okay? So in epigenetics, he talks about just by changing our thoughts, feelings, emotional reactions, behaviors, we send ourselves new signals and they express new proteins without changing the genetic blueprint. Now, let me say that one more time. Now, I want you to listen real quickly here. This is like, man, this book changed my entire life. So many books have, but this one right here was powerful. It said this. It says, by changing your thoughts, like right now you're having a thought. Some of you guys are confused about what I just said. Some of you guys agree with what I just said. Some of you guys are just on the fence. But that thought is going to create a feeling, then an emotional reaction and behaviors, right? And all those processes that's going on in your brain right now, in your body, is actually sending signals to your cells, okay? That's expressing new proteins without changing your genetic blueprint. Whew. Somebody need to share this right now. Mariana, are you listening to me? Now this is powerful stuff, because see, you gotta understand a feeling. See what Dr. Joe is talking about is, he says, unfortunately, we've never learned that we actually can create a better world. And no one taught us how to do that. And we don't realize that we're running a program like a record player. If I put a record on the record player, it can only play that one song. It would never play a new song, right? It's always going to play the same song, and it plays it automatically. But if I take a record and I scratch that record, it would never play that song again. So what we're doing right now in this video, we're doing what is called a pattern interrupt. Some of your beliefs have been challenged, okay? Because you're like, oh, well, I thought it was genetics. The reason why I was fat and big bone, I thought it was genetics. The reason why I have diabetes. So it's not genetics. No, it's not genetics, okay? Epigenetics says that you can take any person, you could put them in any type of environment, whether it's negative or positive. If you put them in a negative environment, he'll be negative. Do you understand this? You could take a good child, okay, a child that is good, right, mannerable, and you put him in a gang environment, even though he don't like gangs, he don't want to be in a gang, but if you put him in that environment, he will end up becoming a gang member because his environment is more influential. Does that make sense? If you put a person that you want to get well, so if a person is sick, but if you put the person in a sick environment, such as a hospital, now I'm not talking bad about hospital, but listen to me. If you put them in a hospital with all a bunch of sick people and a whole bunch of doctors giving you drugs, giving you shots, and telling you how you're going to live in the next 2 days, next 2 months, 2 years, well, that's influential. If a doctor tells you you're going to live in the next 6 months, the next 2 years, and you believe that, then it happens. Not because the doctor said it, because you believed it. It was influential. Okay? You carried out those instructions based on the environment. Am I making sense here? Okay? Now, a lot of you people that live in America, you don't believe this or you don't understand this because, well, this is not what we teach here. But if you go to other countries, Eastern type of countries like India or Malaysia or Philippines, they practice this all day. Okay? They got medicineless hospitals around the world. Okay? I'm not going to deep dive into that. Let's get going. Guys, if you with me, hit the like button. If this is making sense, hit the like button. Understand, we're breaking the habits of being yourself. Okay? Now understand this. Check this out. All right? Now, I know some of you older people are not going to agree with me. That's okay. But just look at the fruits. One thing I learned in the Bible, one thing I like about the Bible is this. It says that you don't judge a tree. You judge a tree by what? Its fruits. You don't judge a tree about what it's going to do, what it said it can do, and what it will do. You only can judge it by the fruits. Okay? So if you're not getting the fruits, if you're not getting what you want out of your life right now, you need to listen. Okay? You need to consider the information. All right, so let's talk about the frontal lobe, which a technical term is called the neofrontal cortex. It's your brain, okay? It's a part of your brain. The frontal lobe, now this is powerful here. The frontal lobe is responsible for your attention, your focus, concentration, your awareness, observation, and consciousness. Now check this out. Let me tell you why the frontal lobe is so powerful. Because a lot of you are allowing that habit to run, or that pattern in your life called depression, disappointment, anxiety, angst, whatever, to run on autopilot. It's because you're not consciously aware of it. But the frontal lobe is there for it. That's it's called the analytical mind. It's there to stop things. Say, ho, ho, whoa, whoa, whoa. Is what this brother talking about is real? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I'm upset right now. Why am I upset right now? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm crying right now. Is it really that bad? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I just lost my job. Is it really that bad? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I just lost 100 grand. Is it really that bad? That's what the frontal lobe is there for, okay? It's there to analyze and to think about what's going on before it gets passed to the subconscious mind. But the problem with most of you, your conscious mind goes dormant a lot of the times. So when someone comes to you and tell you that you're an asshole, you immediately get upset. Asshole, you son of a, why'd you call me that? What do you mean? Why'd you call me that? You get you get mad just like this. If someone slaps you in the face, you'll get mad just like this. If someone says that you're a loser, you'll never amount to anything, you're crying. And someone says, hey, I don't want you anymore. I don't like you anymore. Then you're like, why you don't like me? I don't understand. I love you, right? This happens automatically because that information is going directly to your subconscious mind. But the conscious mind is beautiful here. Let me tell you why. Because it's responsible for your attention, your focus, concentration, and your awareness. Now, I want you to put the word awareness. See, when you're more aware, let's define the word aware. Aware means that you know consciously what's going on. A lot of men, unfortunately, they cheat on their wives, all right? And if you ask the man, hey, why did you cheat? Hey, I don't know. It just happened. Well, you know why? Because he wasn't aware. His conscious awareness went away. All right. His subconscious mind, his reptilian brain was active. He was there in the room kissing the lady. The lady touching him, doing all this stuff. And before you know it, he cheated on his wife. And he says, I don't know. It's because he wasn't aware of what was going on consciously. Okay. Now, does that make sense? I don't want to move too fast for you folks. All right. So when the guy says, I don't know why, he really don't know. Okay. He was in a trance, and I'm going to talk about that later in this video. I'm going to talk about trance, and I'm going to talk about hypnosis, because that's how we're going to get to the fifth dimension here, okay? Now, awareness is that I know what's going on. I see it. So the next time someone calls you a bitch, and you hear the word bitch, whoa, what the? You called me a bitch? You be like, whoa, you be like, hold on, wait, stop. Okay, so he called me a bitch. She called me a bitch. But am I that word? Sorry, David. Am I that word? See, this is called awareness. You're like, you know what, am I? Okay, I'm not a bitch. So why? Is that going to affect me? No, it's not going to affect me. Someone called you a dumbass. You stop. This is called awareness. When the information comes to you, or you hear the information, right? You see the information with your senses, you stop. And you say, whoa, okay, now am I this thing that this person is calling me? Am I making sense? That's called awareness. It's when you know and you can see it happening. See, a lot of people, when they argue back and forth, now this is in the book, man, it's powerful stuff. When you're arguing back and forth, man, you did this to me. You did this to me. Why did you hurt me? You hurt me so bad. You made me cry. You made me do this. You don't know how I feel. You don't know how I feel. See, these people are not aware of what's going on. Make sense? They're in a trance, okay? This is a trance. That's why when they come out of that, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. I love you. I love you too. Let's have sex now. Okay, this happens all the time, right? And so because you were in a trance, you wasn't aware of what's going on. See, when you are aware, then you'll see what's going on. So you step outside of the argument and you say, you know what am I trying to do here? Am I trying to win an argument, or do I want this person to understand me? Okay? Do I want this person to understand me, right? Now, it takes some practice. But see, now you're aware because I made this video for you, right? This book review. And this book definitely explains it better than me. I just want to give you the cliff notes. But when something happens to you, you think about, what result do I want? So when you lose money in a business, right? A lot of you want to be successful. You lose money. You say, okay, I lost money. Now, is it the best thing for me to feel bad about this? And if I do feel bad about losing money, why? Well, I feel bad because I don't have the money anymore. Okay, so what did that do to your quality of life? Like, did that change your quality of life? If you lost $1,000 or $100,000, does that mean that you're not going to have a house or a place to stay or food on the table? You can't travel anymore. You don't have a car. Yeah, nothing. Okay, when you're aware, you'll find that anything that you lose, you really lose anything. Okay, maybe the money's not in your bank account anymore, but your life, your quality of life on how you live it doesn't change. Like if you lose $1,000, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to show more love or less love to your child. Makes sense? If you break your iPhone, it doesn't mean that, you know, life is over. Now you're not going to be able to go to work anymore. Okay. So people, unfortunately, they're so in a trance, okay? And they're in a different state. And they don't realize this because they're not conscious of what's going on. They're just running a program, just like a record plays. It just plays, okay? It only plays unless you stop it or if you scratch it, okay? If you don't stop it, it will keep playing over and over and over again. A lot of you are these automatic negative responses. Now understand this. How does this relate to success? It's very difficult to be successful if you don't break that pattern. It's very difficult to be successful if you don't break the habits of being who you are now. Because how you are today, Case, is based off the habits. Your habits is creating your personalities and how you feel about your world. It's only what you're doing repeatedly over and over again based off your environment, right? If you have a negative environment, some people in some environments, they speak a type of way. In some environments, people say, hey, y'all, what's up? What's up, man? What's going down? What's happening, baby? Some people in different environments say, hey, how are you? How are you doing today? I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. Some people in other environments, you ask them, how are they doing? Man, I'm doing terrible today. Oh, man, you know, life sucks, man. Life is just killing me right now. You go in other environments, hey, how are you doing today? Hey, I'm doing super fantastic. Another environment, hey, how are you doing? Man, I'm doing all right, man. Just trying to make it. Right? These are different environments. And this is the conversation that language patterns people are permeating in that environment. And let me share something with you. I'm going to make this very clear, okay, before you share this video, because you're going to like this. You cannot think greater than your environment, okay? You cannot think greater than your environment. If you're in a negative environment, trying to think positive, trying to stay positive, trying to create a better life, you will not. It's tough. You won't do it. You just won't, okay? Because you can't think greater than your environment, but you can change your environment and start to think greater, okay? Let's keep going here. Guys, thank you for sharing that video. I mean, it's powerful, right? If this is powerful right now, give me some love right now, because this woke me up. Now, in the book, Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself, How to Lose Your Mind and Create a New One, Dr. Joe talks about the science, which I just discussed, but he also talks about the how-to, because your question to me is this. Okay, Wesley, I understand that it's not my genetics. I understand that it's my environment for sure. I understand that I'm just in trance, and I'm running this pattern on autopilot over and over again. How do I fix it? Okay. Now, I'm going to use the M word. Does anybody know what the M word is? Meditation. Okay. Now understand this. Now, meditation is not what you think it is. When you think about meditation, you think about a person sitting down in a room with his legs crossed, right, and breathing, right? I was saying, right? That's what you think about meditation, right? You think about boredom, right? You know, I don't want to sit. I don't want to do it. Like when I talk about meditation, my children, they say, "Oh, you're going to sleep, huh?" I said, "No, I'm not going to sleep." They call it sleep. Meditation is more than just sitting there. Like right now, you can be in a meditative state by listening to my voice. Right now, you're not even aware that your heart is beating right now, that your left toe blood is moving through your left toe right now as your awareness starts to think about that. Right now, you're in a very meditative state. And understand that this video is the video that's going to propel your success to allow you to live the juicy life that you deserve. Now, what did I just do? I just put you in a very meditative state. I'm like, oh, wow, Wesley just did that. Yeah, I just did it. Right now, come back to the room. Come back. Now, what happened there? Like, how did you just go there all of a sudden, right? And what is this whole meditation and consciousness? Understand this. The only reason why we use the word meditative is because what we're trying to do is being what is called pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is when you're in the present. Like right now, you're watching this video, you hear my words, and you're here with me. You're not thinking about nothing else. You're thinking about your life succeeding. You're thinking about the rapid growth of your companies. You're thinking about your health increasing. You're thinking about your vitality increasing. And you're thinking that all this information that you're gathering is going to give you the knowledge for you to create the world that you want. See? That's the meditative state. You're there. That's pure consciousness. Because you're in the now right now, which means that you're very suggestible right now. I could tell you something right now and I can influence your life that you're powerful. Now, how does that feel? If I tell you right now, Aria, Khadija, Lord, you are powerful. You are great. You are more powerful within your body than the world outside of you. See, not only do you hear these words, it's affecting you on a very deep subconscious level. That's the meditative state. Okay? Understand this. The brain has 4 different frequencies. Okay? You have beta state, you have alpha state, you have theta state, you have delta state. Okay? I don't want to dive deep into that. But what I am putting you in what is called an alpha state, because alpha is where you want to be. Because see, this is the reason why I always talk about gratitude. Because see, when you're grateful about something, it's very difficult to be angry, to be bitter, to be upset, to be mad, to feel pain when you're in gratitude. Okay? Because when you're grateful, you're like, oh, thank you. Some of you say, thank you, God. Thank you, Buddha. Thank you, superpower. Thank you, universe. Thank you so much for my life. Thank you so much for everything that's taken place in my life. Well, that's a meditative state. That's a trance, okay? So what I want to teach you, I want to show you how to induce your own trance, okay? I want to show you how to induce your own meditative state so you be able to get what you want faster. Because when you're in the now, you're not thinking about nothing else. See, right now, a lot of you are focused on this video. You have all your concentration hearing these words because you understand that these words that you're listening to is going to allow you to create the juicy life that you deserve. Traveling around the world, going to Paris, going on shopping sprees, taking your children to the beautiful shopping malls around the world, taking your children to the nice, beautiful private schools, being able to attract the husband of your dreams that's going to love you, that's going to care for you, that's going to nurture you, attracting the woman of the dream that's going to love you, pet you, hold you, sex you, whatever you want. You're going to understand that that's happening for you right now. See, when you hear those words like that, you start to feel and you start to experiencing like it's happening to you right now. Hit the like button if you felt that. Okay? But I'm going to show you how to induce your own trance. Okay? Is anybody cool with that? Okay? Now, what Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about is what is called a 4-week meditation. It doesn't have to be 4 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, but that's what he talks about in the book. He talks about induction, recognizing, admitting, declaring, surrendering, observing, reminding, redirecting, creating, and rehearsing. Okay? So, but what I'm going to do is, because I don't want to talk about a whole bunch of jargon here, and you're like, what does that mean? I want to take you to the 5th dimension. Okay? Is anybody down? Are you guys cool with that? I mean, you got to trust me. Just trust me on this one. I want to take you to the 5th dimension. Understand what the 5th dimension is, okay? 4th dimension is the physical world, okay? 5th dimension is your spiritual world. But everything starts in the spiritual world first, all right? And we use the word spirit because we just can't see it. We really can't explain what that is. But we can experience it because we can close our eyes right now and we can think about certain things and we can picture certain things and we can feel those things happen in our body, which starts to influence our genes. And when you start to influence your genes and your genetic makeup, then you start making different type of decisions. Autopilot, automatically. Am I making sense? All right, so are you guys down? Do you want to go? All right, Case. She says, yep. Okay, so what I want you to do is, okay, as you're listening to my voice, first go to a place that's quiet. It's very important. Like right now, I'm in my bedroom. I'm on the 20th floor of my condos here. My door is shut. I can't hear anything. I can hear you breathing, though. And I just can hear my voice, just like you hear my voice. And I want you, as you're laying there or sitting there, concentrating on my voice, I want you to be aware of your knees. I want you to be aware of your thighs. And your thighs are now in a very relaxed state. And I want you to be aware of your shoulders. Your shoulders, too, are in a very relaxed state. And it doesn't matter if your eyes are open or closed, because the suggestions in what you're about to experience is still going to work with autopilot easily. The words that I'm talking and giving you, you'll be able to experience what is called the fifth dimension. And as you are aware of your feet that is planted on the floor, or maybe your legs are laid down in the bed, I want you to either open your eyes or close your eyes, and I want you to picture yourself walking on a beach. And I want you to just pick any beach you want. It could be Bora Bora, it can be the Maldives, or it can be Puerto Rico. Picture yourself walking on the beach, and as you're walking on the beach, you can feel the sand between your toes. You can hear the ocean across the rocks crashing. As you take a deep breath right now, and you blow it out slow, you go deeper. And it doesn't matter if your eyes are open or closed. It doesn't matter, because my voice is guiding you and taking you into a new world, the world that is a non-physical world. As you're on that beach, and as you hear the birds and the seagulls pass you by, as you can feel the wind across your face, for the first time in a long time, you're in a very cool place of happiness, of love, of joy. You're in a good place right now, and you can feel all those emotions happen to you right now. And as you walking outside, and as you're walking, and as you're feeling the wind, I want you to think about your life, and I want you to think about everything that is working out perfectly. And everything in your life, for the first time in a long time, is working out exactly how you want it. And not just that, the business that you want to create, guess what? It's done. You have employees, you have people that's working the business, so you can travel the world with your children. Your children are happy. I want you to see your children coming inside the doors, coming inside the house, and they're happy and they're smiling. Why? Because you made perfect decisions about your life. And as you're still walking across the beach, what you're doing, you're just remembering all the struggles, all the trials and tribulations that you went through. And you're going to say this to yourself: it was all worth it. Man, everything was worth it. Everything that I went through, everything that I experienced, it was all worth it. Because now I'm rich, I'm wealthy, I'm happy, and I'm excited. And I want you to feel that excitement right now inside of your body. I want you to feel the intensity. I want you to think about the most exciting moment of your life. Maybe it's when you graduated college. Maybe when you got your new baby boy, or new baby girl. Maybe it's when you graduated high school. I don't know. Maybe when you married the one or the person of your dreams. Maybe when you got your first cell line. I want you to remember that. And I want you to feel that emotion. Now, I want you to intensify that emotion. And remember, your eyes can be open or closed, but you intensify the emotion. And I want you to make it bigger and greater inside of you, more colorful inside of you. And you can feel it. You feel that happiness and that joy when that thing happened to you in your life. And some of you, tears may fall down from your eyes because you're happy now. In a long time, you're happy because everything is perfect. Life is perfect. You got perfect health. And I want you to see yourself blessing your parents. You've now blessed your parents with a beautiful home, beautiful car. Why? Because you made very, very wise decisions about your future. That now that you're thinking more positively, all that you want is now coming to you effortlessly. And you're feeling so relieved. You have tears of joy in your eyes right now as you're still walking on that beach and thinking about your mom calling, your dad calling and said, thank you, son. Thank you, daughter, for doing this for us. Man, you blessed us. You're so smart. You're so amazing. I want you to feel that right now. And as you're feeling that, you'll understand that you're now in the fifth dimension. You're in your mind. But this is your world. And this world that you're in right now is real. It's tangible. You can feel that sand, can't you? You can smell the air. You can smell the ocean. You can hear the ocean as it crashes against the rocks. You can hear the compliments of the people that admire you now because you're making smart decisions in business, in life, with your entire world. Because now you're creating your perfect reality. Feel that perfect reality. Feel that new mind that you have created with your thoughts by watching and listening to my words. And I want all of you now to come back. How do you feel? I want you to be honest with me. How do you feel right now? How do you feel right now? Honestly. What's up, Michael? What you have done was this. You have went to the place that you want to be in your physical world. You were already there. You couldn't, I promise you, none of you could tell the difference from that thing that was happening outside of you, of that thing that was just happening inside of your mind. Right? But see, this is called pure consciousness. I want you to write the word pure consciousness. That's why I just took you. You just induced yourself. You just took yourself to another world. Let me share something with you. This is why I take myself. This is why I'm rich. This is why I'm successful. This is why I'm happy. This is why I'm excited. This is why I'm grateful. Because that's the world that I live in. And my world is aligned with what goes on in my physical world. If you feel amazing right now, tell me. Some of you might feel peaceful. You may feel light. You might feel amazing. But let me tell you where you are. You're in pure consciousness. This is where you want to be most of the day. Pure consciousness. You can go here in 3 minutes, 5 minutes. We did it in 5 minutes. You went to a place of pure consciousness. If you keep doing this repeatedly over and over again, you will see your entire physical world very differently and very clearly. And other people will ask, man, what is it about you? Wow, you look different today. Because you're in pure consciousness. Folks, that is it. That is all I have for you here tonight. Remember, I know some of you folks want to hook up with me right now, and I understand that. Remember, I have a webinar if you want to jump in that webinar. And let me explain this webinar. You don't have to buy anything in the webinar. By now, you should understand that every video that I'm creating, if you're with me live or if you're with me in a replay, it's all for your success. It's all for you to create your dreams. Okay? I'm creating my dreams. I know how to do that. I've mastered that. I'm continuing to master that. But it's time for you to do that. Because I want you to always to understand this. Think about your dreams. That webinar was created for you to be able to control and create your destiny. I believe all of you one day are going to make millions of dollars. You're going to understand that millions of dollars wasn't that, it wasn't all that like what you thought it was. It's more than life than millions of dollars. It's all about creating your world, creating your destiny. If you know how to create your destiny, you'll never have a boring moment. That's what I do in the webinar. If you choose to sign up with me right now, I'll put the link in the description. Spend some time with me. Listen. That's all I want you to do. Just like you listened to me tonight, just like you shared this video with me tonight, I want you to listen in that webinar, and I want you to concentrate on my words. You don't even have to look. You can close your eyes and listen to me. Because what's going to happen, you're going to absorb how I am thinking. What I've learned most about from millionaires and billionaires is just their thinking patterns. I remember this long time ago when I was struggling, trying to make things work. I would listen to great people that were rich. And I would just listen to their words over and over again to the point I started to speak like them. Then I started to make decisions like them. And I started to take action like them. Then I started to get results like them. This is what happens in the webinar with me. Okay. And not only that, I show you how I went from 0 to 6 figures per month. And I don't want that to impress you, but I want you to know that it's real. That information is in a box, but you have to open the box, and I just gave you the key. It's in the description. I'll make sure I put it there below. If I don't, I apologize, but I'll put there, and I want you to see you in that webinar either today or tomorrow. Spots are filling up fast every day. But I just want to make it available so you don't get left behind. The one thing that I don't want to happen to me in my life is to be left behind. And when I use the word left behind, I don't want other people achieving and realizing their dreams and their potential, and I'm not. I don't want to be that person 5 years from now, working a job I don't want to work, hanging out with people I don't want to hang with, dealing with people I don't want to deal with, taking my children to schools that I don't want them in, driving the cars I don't want to drive, staying in houses I don't want to house. I don't want that type of life. And if you don't, I have an answer for you. I have something that you can consider and realize that this information that you're hearing is not only true, but it's going to lead you to a better life. Much love. I'll make sure I leave the webinar. I'll see you guys on the webinar. I'll be there in the next 10 minutes. I'll see you guys there. Much love. This is Wesley, $1 billion virgin. Oh, I'm sorry. Before I let you guys go, I got to say thank you. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Laura, so much for sharing this video. Thank you, Case, for sharing this video. Thank you, Robert, for sharing this video right now. Thank you, Case Omega, for sharing this video, man. That makes me feel so loved right now. Thank you, Khadija Baines, for sharing this video. Thank you, Go Sims, for sharing this video right now. Thank you, Ms. Cords, for sharing this video. Thank you, Laura, for sharing this video. Thank you, Michael, for sharing this video with me. Thank you, Case. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Khadija. Thank you, Ralph. Thank you, Bobby, for sharing this video right now. Thank you, Melissa, for sharing this video right now. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, everybody that have shared this video with their community, with their timelines. I really appreciate that, because I'm only here for you to be able to create your life as you want it to be. Much love. Let's go.